As humans, we're all special in our own ways. While our bodies are unique, some of us are born with features and traits that are extremely rare. Some of these unusual genetic traits may give a person a striking appearance, and other times it's not visible because it's inside their body. These traits may not show up often, but when they do, they certainly make their mark. And in today's video, we'll be telling you all about these rare features that bless only a few people throughout the world. From flexible eyeballs, extra ribs, immunity to cholesterol, double eyelashes, to facial hair, and more. Watch until the end to find out all of them. Number 1. Flexible eyeballs. This ability does come with some downsides. One study notes the condition results from causes such as thyroid eye disease, shallow orbit, and floppy eyelid syndrome. It can also lead to optic neuropathy down the line, so people with the condition should see their eye doctor on a regular basis. Number 2. Excess facial hair. It turns out that werewolves aren't restricted to being the subject of horror movies. In fact, werewolf syndrome is a very real thing, even if their more politically correct term is hypertrichosis. The condition is characterized by abnormal hair growth all over the body, including the face, and is incredibly rare. Indeed, going all the way back to the Middle Ages, there are just 50 recorded cases of hypertrichosis, and many of them were from the same family. Enjoying this list so far? Well, keep watching because there's a lot more good stuff coming up. But before moving on, don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more amazing videos like this, and hit the bell icon so that you don't miss any updates. Number 3. Long palmar muscle. Some of our ancestors were big tree climbers and developed a certain muscle and ligament because of it. Some of us still have that muscle today. To see if you have it, put back your palm on a flat surface. Touch your pinky and thumb together and slightly lift them. If you see a ligament pop out, you have a long palmar muscle. Number 4. Improved underwater vision. No matter how well you see underwater, the kids of the Moken tribe in Thailand can do it better. In fact, a study found that beneath the surface, they could actually see twice as well as European children. And while it was discovered that this talent can be taught to other children, only the Moken youngsters were able to look around underwater without suffering irritation to the eyes, offering them an unusual genetic advantage. Number 5. Different colored eyes. Heterochromia is perhaps one of the most beautiful genetic abnormalities that only a small segment of the population possesses. It's typically present in the eyes, and it results in them being different colors. While heterochromia can be picked up later in life due to injury, it's usually hereditary and caused by a lack of genetic diversity in the person's DNA. It's a genetic feature that's not just limited to humans. It can be found in animals such as cats as well. Number 6. Super athlete genes. Tibetans are well used to high altitudes, but their ability to live at nearly 13,000 feet above sea level without repercussions has baffled scientists for years. That was until 2014 when researchers discovered their secret. In fact, it's believed that around 40,000 years ago, their ancestors interbred with ancient, now extinct, near relative of Homo sapiens named Denisovans. The result? A super athlete gene, EPAS1, passed down through their generations. The gene reduces the amount of hemoglobin in the blood, helping carriers to avoid strokes and blood clots. Number 7. Extra rib. Humans generally have 12 pairs of rib bones, but a select few can boast that they have one more. It's known as cervical rib and grows above the main rib cage, around the neck. For the most part, it's harmless, unless it causes thoracic outlet syndrome, which can involve neck pain and loss of blood supply. What's more is it can even stop sufferers from being able to perform certain intricate hand and finger movements, such as doing up buttons. Number 8. Pericular sinus. The chances are that you've never met someone with a pericular sinus. After all, it affects a tiny portion of the population, just 0.1% of the people in the US, for example. The disorder normally takes the form of a tiny hole at the top of the ear, with the peculiarity coming about during the course of embryonic development. In fish, the hole would go on to become gills, leading some scientists to theorize that the condition could be an evolutionary relic. Number 9. Golden blood. No, people with this condition do not have golden blood. In fact, they have a very rare blood type called Rh null blood. It's no secret that some blood types are rarer than others, but then there are really rare blood types, including one that's only been found in a handful of people. In fact, Rh null blood has been described as golden blood because of its scarcity and its usefulness. It lacks every Rh antigen, making it a universal replacement for anyone who falls under the same blood group system. So far, only 43 people in the entire world are known for having Rh null blood. Number 10. Immunity to cholesterol. Back in 2004, scientists learned that a certain segment of the population is missing the PCSK9 gene. The result? and almost total immunity to high cholesterol. Yes, while the absence of the gene is usually a cause for concern, people lacking this particular gene needn't worry about those heart conditions brought on by cholesterol. Naturally, drug companies are already working to find ways to suppress the gene in others in order to lower their cholesterol levels. Number 11. Double eyelashes. The unusual body quirk is known as distichiasis, and less than 5% of the population has it. Elizabeth Taylor was one such lucky individual, and it contributed to her beauty. For most people, there are no medical complications associated with it, although a few experience irritation in the eyes. Fun bonus fact, dogs can also have double eyelashes. Number 12. Fish odor syndrome. When a person has trimethylaminuria, colloquially known as fish odor syndrome, they emit an unpleasant body odor, reminiscent of the smell of a rotting fish, through their sweat, exhaled breath, and urine. Fish odor syndrome causes a person to have a strong, unpleasant body odor. This can have a severe negative impact on their mental health. It occurs when the body's unable to break down the organic compound trimethylamine, which produces a strong fishy smell. The strength of the unpleasant odor can vary in time and also between individuals. Number 13. Very high bone density. Apparently only 5% of people have more solid or dense bones than others due to the mutation of the LRP5 gene. These bones are so strong that they can even resist a road accident. However, such strong bones can have negative side effects as well. The excessive bone growth can develop pressure on the nerves in the brain. In worst case scenario, it can even lead to hearing loss. Number 14. The ability to see invisible colors with the naked eye. Tetrachromacy is when you can distinguish more shades of a color with the naked eye than others. Take a dandelion, for example. When you see yellow, a tetrachromatic person will see other nuances. Your retina must have certain types of cones and sticks, even in low light, for you to see these nuances. Scientists believe this disorder is an X chromosome mutation, which allows those affected to see more than 99 million colors instead of 1 million for an average person. Number 15. Missing nails. Anonychia congenita is a genetic condition that can affect the fingernails and toenails. People with this abnormality are usually missing all of their nails, but in some cases, called hyponychium, only some fingernails or partial nails are missing. Those affected by anonychia congenita do not have any other health conditions as a result of their condition. Number 16. Superhuman strength. Although it's been well documented in mice and cattle, there have only been a few instances of inactive myostatin genes in humans. The condition causes people to develop incredibly strong muscles. Children who are born with the mutation have lean and well-defined muscles at a young age, possessing greater strength than children of similar ages. Long-term health issues associated with this disorder are unknown, as it hasn't been widely researched. Number 17. Resistant to HIV. Up to 1% of those of Northern European descent may be resistant to HIV because of an incredibly rare genetic mutation called CCR5 delta 32. This abnormality essentially causes the CCR5 co-receptor to be much smaller than it normally is, so the HIV virus can't enter the cells. The receptor is closed, preventing the virus from taking hold in the victim's body. Scientists have been working on a cure for the disease that involves using stem cells to mimic the genetics of those immune to HIV. Number 18. Immunity to sleep deprivation. No, they're not vampires, but people with a mutation of the DEC2 gene can fall short on sleep and feel fine. For 1% of the population with this mutation, around 6 hours a night is fine, an amount that after a few nights would wreck most people. Those with the condition are called familial natural short sleepers, or FNSS. Experts believe that some famous people, such as Margaret Thatcher and Winston Churchill, may have had it. Do you have a body trait that separates you from the rest? Do you know anyone who has these rare features? Let us know in the comment section below. Enjoyed this video? Hit like, share, and subscribe to Bestie. Wait! What kind of bestie would we be if we didn't tell you about our other awesome videos? Go ahead, choose the left or right video and enjoy.